Peace. So it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube, doing a video. And I'm back for a minute. And I want to discuss sickness. You understand what I'm saying? In regards to how your physical body may get sick. And because of our holy and divine creator, the creator has given us what we would call an immune system. And the immune system is what is used to heal one's body. It has its own doctor inside of the body that has the skills and the ability to heal someone. You know what I'm saying? You don't need medicines. What has happened is what we've learned over the years is that things like vaccinations and things of that nature, getting them from an early age actually thwarts or stops, not totally stops your immune system, but weakens it. It weakens the immune system to the fact where it can't do its work. So then you will need later on in life pills and medicines and so on and so forth, because they've altered your immune system from inception, from birth, with those shots. So my thing is this: the same way that the body has the ability to heal itself with an immune system, you know what I'm saying, physically removing certain things and healing and putting things back in place, getting cells together and reloading and all of this stuff and re-vibrating and reinvigorating and healing the body from, ailments, physical ailments, inner ailments, so on and so forth. But I want to take that a step further, because do we have an immune system, or is there what I would call a spiritual immune system? You understand what I'm saying? What protects your spirit from sickness? You see what I mean? What type of inbred mechanism do we have that protects ourselves, our spiritual selves, from attack and from becoming sick? Just like the body, you understand what I'm saying, has this immune system to fight off sickness. What is the tool that we have, or that we must, develop in order to fight off spiritual sickness? You see what I'm saying? And in order to do that, because spirit is an unseen thing, right? So people say, well, how could that work? How could you arm your spirit? Well, it's probably can be done in numerous ways, more than one way. You know what I'm saying? And one way is to recognize, first of all, that you are spirit, that you are a spirit being utilizing a human body. You know what I'm saying? Or how they said, spiritual beings having a human experience, or vice versa, whatever. The fact of the mere matter is that we are having some sort of experience. You see what I'm saying? And because of this experience, we have to deal with others and other things, surroundings, people, places, things, and so on and so forth. And anything that is alive carries a vibration. Anything that's living carries a vibration. You see what I'm saying? And that is something that we have to be aware of as well. Everything that is alive has a vibration. Everything that is alive has soul, including trees, including plants. Everything that's living has soul, has a vibration of life attached to it. And it also gives off life as well. And some things can give off death. This is where we have to be very careful with our spiritual immune system. And how do we build up our spiritual immune system? The same way that we build up our physical immune system, by eating the right foods, by filling it with green leafy vegetables and all of these other things, and by deleting and removing certain types of other foods and other poisons out of our dietary habit, is how we begin to increase our immune system to make it stronger all over again. It's the same thing with the spiritual immune system. You have to remove certain types of spiritual influence out of your spiritual circle. You have to remove, certain types of people from around you, because people carry spirit. Because the real person is not the body nor soul, but the real person is the spirit. So you have to be careful about how you keep company, because spirit can transfer, energy can transfer. You see what I'm saying? And these things are how, at times, your spiritual immune system can be weakened, because you allow certain types of spirit to come around you without investigating or challenging the spirit that's contained in that particular vehicle that may be around you. Or you may walk into an environment You understand what I'm saying? And that environment is laced with a particular type of spiritual frequency. It could be a low vibration or it could be a high vibration. And then you wonder why at times when you're walking into a low vibration place, you get migraines, you get headaches that come out of nowhere because you're being attacked from a spiritual, plane, in a sense. You see what I'm saying? Because spirit exists and people can place spirit in places. For instance, certain communities, you understand what I mean? Certain areas, certain blocks, corners or whatever, they have in certain places, they have actual jinn or spirit attached to them. To these corners where if you're operating in these particular areas, you're operating under the guise of spiritual influences. You know what I'm saying? Demonic influence. You see what I'm saying? So these things are very important because, see, you can't see your spiritual immune system being attacked. You can't see it, but you can feel it. But you can understand how your physical immune system is being attacked because you sneeze or you get something going on that gives you the knowledge of your immune system is low. You see what I'm saying? And you can do something to boost it up, to protect it. Now it's the same thing with the spirit. Same thing with the spiritual immune system. You have to be careful because your spiritual immune system is built and designed to fight off low vibration spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you have to make sure that you yourself are not a low vibrating spirit, because if you are, you don't have a spiritual immune system. You know what I'm saying? You're poison to other people. Period. You know what I mean? And sometimes I have to let you know and make you understand that every time you deal with people and you bring somebody in your circle, remember, I say it all the time, you're also bringing a spirit into your circle, and this spirit has an agenda. 9 times out of 10, it could be a healthy one, or it could be one that's going to be the very opposite of health. So your spirit, I called it in one breath, we talk about spiritual armor, which is the covering, right? The covering. But in order to wear the spiritual armor well, you have to have a spiritual immune system. Because what if your armor gets pierced? What happens if your spiritual armor gets a hole in it or it gets pierced by a frequency? You understand what I'm saying? That's a little stronger than your armor. You know what I mean? And it gets pierced. Then it's going to touch into your realm, into you. You see what I'm saying? So you have to have you have to have a spiritual immune system up in order to attack these foreign spiritual energies that may come into you. So you have to prepare your body spiritually as well. You know what I'm saying? For the fight. It's just like a boxer getting ready to go into the ring and he's training for the boxing match. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same type of thing that you're training for, you know what I'm saying, this spiritual conflict, which is always in existence. You see what I mean? So we have to always be aware. Always be aware that your spiritual immune system should always be strong, because there's always somebody out to attack you spiritually. You may think it's a physical attack, but people are attacking you spiritually, and they're using unseen things to attack you. And you are walking into these things without even knowing, because sometimes we're so caught up on the physical, we don't even recognize the unseen and the spiritual, that those things actually are real. And they're much more real than the physical. I say it all the time. But you have been conditioned to look at everything as a physical manifest. And when you have certain issues and problems and circumstances going on, you try to figure them out physically. And sometimes they can be figured out physically because they are physical. And then a lot of times you're experiencing physical things because of spiritual reasons. I say this all the time. People attack us and attack you daily. You understand? And they attack you from an unseen place. So get your spiritual immune system up. You know what I'm saying? Begin to eat the right internal food spiritually. And what I mean by that, meditation is a food for your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Contemplation is a food for your spirit. Mantras, affirmations is a food for your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Sitting still is a food for your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Visualizing spirit, visualizing creator, visualizing the most high, visualizing that which can't be comprehended by a finite mind, and to be able to visualize it from an infinite perspective already shows how high your spiritual immune system is and how it begins to unfold. Because the more your spiritual immune system unfolds, the closer you get to that which is, has, and always been. Because that exists right with you. So with that being said, I just wanted to share that. Yo, get your spiritual immune system up. Peace.